How was your first session with Chris?
So much fun. So much fun. Oh my gosh.
Alright, so you know what's going on here, right?
The jelly.
Yeah, break that piece. No, listen. See that little spoon thing up? Right? That's what you're using.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see it up? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Thank you, sir.
Girl, you see my little spoon?
Ooh.
Look, this one too.
Thank
You're gonna free dive 200 feet today, Chris.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the little
this
spoon. I didn't know
This
about
one
this.
don't have.
Perfect little spoon.
All right, Kiki, where are we heading today?
On the East Coast.
Spearfishing.
Spearfishing.
Our first day spearfishing in Trinidad was a little rough. We had sporty conditions, some pretty rough seas, and this was the day after a full moon, which usually brings some pretty funky currents and makes fishing a little bit harder.
Okay.
And we actually had pretty good visibility for inshore. It was about 20 feet or so. So we did see some fish, but not enough to take home. The terrain here on the east coast of Trinidad is very unique. You see here these huge rock boulders and ledges. And this particular spot, I was seeing a lot of life, a lot of fish. So usually in these situations, I'll make a dive, go down to the sea floor, find a nice spot to hide, and see who's hanging around. So see a couple spadefish here getting curious, some porkfish, a couple reef fish, but I'm holding out for a snapper or something better, and unfortunately they just don't present themselves on this dive. On the next dive, I do the same thing again. I see a spot that's holding a lot of nice snapper, so I make a dive down to the bottom, find a spot to hide, and see if the fish get curious. A lot of people I see in spearfishing try to chase after fish, but fish can swim a lot faster than us, so better to wait down there, see who's hanging around. And on this trip, I'm using some borrowed gear. This is a friend's spear gun. I'm not familiar with it, and I did not know at this point that I had the safety on. So you see a snapper coming out from the ledge here, nice little dog snapper, and I'm being patient. He comes up and gives me a really good shot here, but unfortunately the safety's on, and by the time I get it on, the fish knows the drill, and it's just not coming in within range. Next dive, I see a nice barracuda, which is a prized fish here in Trinidad, and I make a drop on it and take a shot, which I think is a good holding shot, right kind of mid-body, and the fish takes off and somehow the spear comes out. So again, I'm using borrowed gear. Not a good time to make excuses, but today just wasn't my day. Next, we hit a really cool spot full of big fish, but the current is just so strong here, it's almost impossible to get a shot off. Kiki makes a few drops on the reef, but unfortunately all she sees are smaller snapper. So we're gonna go ahead and call this a day. And even though we didn't get any fish, we're really excited. We've got a big day coming up tomorrow. We're gonna go out to some further spots that are deeper and hold a lot more fish and hopefully have better luck. And we're definitely gonna shoot fish today.
Alright, we're day 2, spearfishing on the east coast of Trinidad. We got our crew.
Boys.
We have Saeed from Out and Under, local spearfishing dive shop here in Trinidad, an instructor. We got the legend Chris.
Too young to be a legend.
We got Captain Boosh. We got Ace from Tobago, freediving instructor. And we have Ellis. Squad.
The first spot we visit is about 20 miles from shore in about 50 feet of water and some nice rock structure here. I come up on a nice mutton snapper and the fish is being spooky, so I try to use the ground as cover and close the gap on this fish, and I take a shot and I just airball it. And luckily the rest of the crew was shooting great today, because for me it was Kook City.
So it's my turn to make a dive, and I make my way down to the sea floor, trying to get as close as possible. I see a barracuda in the distance and try to line up, but not feeling confident about the shot, so I don't take it, look around for some more fish. And the second dive, I of course didn't have my GoPro on, so that means of course I saw a snapper and I shot a fish. So I'm really excited about this fish. It's a personal best mutton snapper. He happened to be right there on the bottom when I made my drop. I could see him in the corner of my eye. I didn't want to spook him, so I kind of looked the other way, was able to line up and get a nice headshot. So I'm really, really excited about this. This was the first fish in the boat for the day, so I'm really excited to start the day off.
Tell us about the fish.
Personal best mutton. Went down on the spot and then just hung out on the sand and came up. And good
What
shot.
do you think, Boosh, Ellis?
I think that's a beautiful shot. Straight in the head.
I know. I got lucky at that one. Of course, I didn't have have my GoPro on, so I got the end footage, but
that'll work.
fish.
Alright, so this dive is my second drop on this drift. I knew it's about 65 feet down, and the first 10 meters or so is this murky green layer, and then after that it opens up to this nice, clear, beautiful blue water. So I can see the rock structures, and in the corner of my eye I happen to see a curious snapper. So I'm able to get pretty close and get a nice shot, which I'm stoked about. So I pull the line quickly because I want to make sure that he doesn't rock up and get stuck at this depth. And I start to make my way up to the surface. So once I hit this green murky layer again, I know I'm pretty close to the surface, and I can feel that positive buoyancy start to bring me up. And yeah, I am stoked on this fish. I honestly was not expecting to see a fish right off the bat like that, and this is my first dog snapper, so I'm really stoked on it. It's a nice size fish, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I actually really enjoyed hunting in these waters. I thought at first I'd get a little spooked with the green water, but I kind of liked it, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the fact that I knew there was a murk layer 10-12 meters, and then the fact that it cleared up was really nice. So yeah, I felt at home. I liked it.
I saw, I couldn't tell if I saw like a jack. Oh, what? I couldn't tell if I saw like a jack. No. Well, I just saw this guy right when I dropped down, and I was like, all right, let me go down, and I didn't want to spook him. And then he was curious and came up. Yeah, and I remember to put the camera on. Oh, yeah.
You see it? You see that is?
Good size teardrop.
Teardrop!
Right, that's what we're talking
Yay!
about. PB.
PB! I've never shot a teardrop.
Oh, nice. I tell you to shoot it.
Okay, another monster.
First teardrop, dog snapper.
Florida ain't had that.
Florida
don't have them kind of fish.
No, that's right.
And
Monsters.
usually in Florida, halfway down the
Monsters.
shop.
I know. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Nice. Boys are killing. Nice. Yeah, nice. Nice one. Enjoy your fish, bro. After many frustrating dives, I knew I had to get a fish on the boat here. So I make a drop, and this spot is in about 60 feet of water. And all the spots where you can see there's like a green water on the surface, and then it gets nice and blue as you get down deeper. And the spots here in Trinidad are kind of small, and there's a lot of current, so you really need to land right on the reef in order to get fish. And this time I finally made it perfectly onto the edge of the reef here. And as usual, I'm just gonna kind of wait around and see if the fish get curious. And right away I see one of these oceanic triggerfish come in. In Trinidad they call them sea chickens. Say they taste like chicken. And I wait for a better fish to approach, but that doesn't happen. So I go ahead and take a shot on the sea chicken, and the shot holds true. So this is actually one of my favorite fish to eat. Very nice, white, flaky fillets, almost like a hogfish. So I'm just happy that I didn't get skunked today.
Dinner.
You go where you want to do.
How are you gonna cook it up?
I don't tell him, it's a surprise.
I can't wait.
Nice. Look at that. That's a Trinidad.
Good night, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Oh my
What do we have here?
So, you have a macaroni pie.
Ooh, Kiki's favorite.
My favorite.
And then, you have fish.
Ooh.
Fish.
Sea chicken?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, this is like a callaloo. And they put it in a high pan. So you can also eat it like a soup also.
Oh, wow. Also Kiki's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have two different sauces here. Right? Sweet potato. Right? And you have a coconut lemon fish.
Ooh.
Fried.
Coconut.
Fried. Right?
Nice.
Wow. All from our fresh catch.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Two different really. Yeah. Underneath.
This is where all this surfboard repairs happen.
Everything will happen here. Every single thing. All them boards there, youth boards that I have been repaired. This one finished and I put it out here for the guy to pick it up. Look, this is the mess.
Wow. Look at all these boards.
This is the heart of the program. This is where shit does happen. You see, all this sand, skateboard helmets. There's a method to the madness. We know where every corner, we know where everything is. The only thing we don't keep in here is all the free dive stuff because we have a storeroom over on that side. And today you're going to use this board.
Domination. Alright, so this is the end of the video. Chris, do you have any last words for the people on YouTube?
Well, I want to hear what Kiki had to say first.
I'm just grinning cheek to cheek. Like, I had the best experience. Thank you so much, Chris. I can finally say I caught my first, went surfing, got my first wave, and it was so much fun. I speared some big snappers and I had the best time. Just experiencing the good people, the good food, and I don't know, I loved it.
What could I say? I was just happy that I could get to share this with you all. It's not just like coming here and spearfishing and surfing or eating good food. It's getting to share the experience with people, getting to share a special place. This isn't your random, normal place. I've grown up here, lived here my whole life, have a lot of deep roots here, and it's still a pretty raw place. So it's more an honor for me to get to share it with people. It's still pretty rural. And if there's one thing I could say, it's also like, I wish more places could be protected by the locals, people who live here, like here. And people who come here, it's more just to appreciate, not to violate. And that's it.
Unspoiled.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us. It's been such a unique, special experience, and just to see your roots.
Yeah.
We can't wait to come back.
I can't wait for you all to come back.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so today is our last day in Belanja, Trinidad. What do you think so far, Kiki?
It's been an amazing experience. It's been my first time here on the east coast of Trinidad, and it's been absolutely beautiful. I love the simple living. We're right here on the coast. The beach is right there. Just hearing the ocean waves crash, the palm trees, sleeping in the hammocks. It's been a really nice experience, and I've had no Wi-Fi the past 5 days. It's just been a really nice change to just detach and just enjoy the simple things in life. And yeah, it's been absolutely beautiful.
We really appreciate Chris's hospitality. He's been an awesome host, and it's been so cool to see the impact that he's had on this community here. And because of him and his influence and Waves for Hope, the surf therapy, the freedive therapy, this has really blossomed into an awesome community. So what was your favorite part, Kiki?
I think my favorite part, I loved catching some waves with Chris. Shout out Chris for teaching me surfing. And of course, shooting my personal best mutton and dog snapper and spearfishing. And just being around, I don't know, all the people, eating the amazing food, and Chris and Saeed and Ace just taking us in and showing us the local experience. It's been great.
I mean, how awesome. This is such a remote area, and we're some of the only Americans to come here and spearfish here and surf here. So it's really been a blessing and a privilege, and so thankful to everyone that welcomed us with open arms, and we can't wait to come back. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We're really trying to get this channel going again and providing some different kind of content like this video here, really showing what life is like in these other areas of the world. So again, we're going to link in the comments Chris's organization if you want to check it out, some of the amazing work that they're going to do. We'll put that in the description of this video, and we hope you guys tune into the next one.